Let me start by presenting myself. I'm Łukasz, and I'm C Employer Branding Leader at PwC. So like I said, I'm helping together with my team our countries around employer branding. We have 29 territories across the region, Central and Eastern Europe. Before that, I was working for some other companies, like the brands you may know. It's like Danone, Unilever, before I joined PwC, and big Polish national insurance company. So I took, and probably that is also kind of exceptional that I'm doing employer branding for like 13 years right now. And I'm saying about it because usually people are doing part of employer branding when they are recruiters or marketers, but usually they are focusing on either recruitment or HR business partnering at some point of time, or marketing. But there is not much. We don't have many people doing employer branding for a living. That's why here's also a space for you guys, especially that right now more and more companies really find it really important, because it's harder and harder to find relevant people, and of course attract relevant people, right? So here you have a few words connected to employer branding. You already mentioned reputation, very good. This is also about the experience, engagement, when we are talking about this internal part of employer branding. It may also connect with internal communication, for example, that sometimes is being perceived as part of employer branding. However, most of the jobs around employer branding are connected with attraction. So this external part, we call it marketing, HR marketing, and we are using different marketing and public relations, or PR tools. That's why it's the word communication, corporate identity, right? Because the corporate identity, the brand, how we look like, what is the tonality of our messages, this is also somehow connected. And last but not least, we are looking for talents. But what is important in employer branding is the fact that every employer brand so every company should have defined what kind of talent we're looking for, because every company is saying that we are looking for the best talents, but the definition of best talents can mean something different for PwC and for some other brands that you may recall, right? Because we may look for different people, different skills, different attitudes and things like that. So from the short perspective, what is probably important to underline is the word image also, because at the end of the day, the outcome of all employer branding activities is the image of the company, the way you perceive the company, what are your first associations with those company. And that's why I've underlined here this word mosaic of many details, because unfortunately, it's not that you will just share some message on your career website and everybody will get it right away, right? So the way we start to perceive things, this is exactly the same mechanism that works with all kind of brands, is that you are being bombarded, you are being informed about this brand via many channels, via many people. You get different messages. Some of them are being published by the company itself, but some of them are being published, for example, in our case, by employees. Employees are talking about us. Different people from taking part in recruitment are talking about us. So it all builds some kind of image. And as an employer brand specialist, expert, I need to know what is the perception of my brand and in which direction I want to do it, and how I want to put all the puzzles together so that there is any kind of image, right? That's why in this definition, you can see that this is kind of an art of marketing, focusing on creating desired associations. And here I always like to put the example of Volvo, because whenever I ask, what is your association with Volvo, most people say, yeah, this is about safety, right? Volvo, the brand, is about safety. It does not mean it is not about all other elements, but there is very clear associations how you assess this brand, right? And this is also our role and my team and all people that I'm working with, to make sure that you have some kind of associations with PwC, right? So that's important. And let me make a pause here and invite you back for a moment to the Menti. So hopefully you didn't close it. If you closed it, if you could just open it back, because I would like to ask you, what do you know about PwC? Let me just check, use this opportunity to check, how effective we are. So what are your associations with PwC brand when you hear PwC? If you have any associations, if there is anything that you know about PwC as a brand. Okay, nothing. So for sure, there is a space for us to improve, to build the brand awareness, because this is the starting point. Consultants, yes. So here I see already that you know something. Okay, at least the industry. So at least you are able to associate the industry, and yeah, that we are successful. I once applied for engine. Oh, that's good. I'm happy that you applied. The second answer, nothing. So at least here, once again, we need to work on our brand awareness. So thanks. I'm happy that you are here. So hopefully after this firm, oh, this is very nice. I mean, yeah, we are a network of firms. That's important. This is very much detailed one, because we are not a company. So, we don't have like headquarter driving our firms, but we are a network wide. So we have like 156 entities around the world that are working together in the same brand, because just to explain, PwC is dealing with we are advisors, we are consultants, audit consultants, tax consultants. We are also dealing with different kind of risk assurance audit, like I said in the first place. So in short, we are kind of like our clients come to us when they have kind of business problems, different kind of problems, and they need our advice, and we have experts that are able to help, right? I know it's a successful company because when someone from PwC applies to our company, we know it will be one of the good candidates. Yeah, this is also a big value proposition that we offer to our employees and potential employees, and this is also what I'm doing around employer branding to define those. Okay, I mean, but working PwC is never easy. You have clients are demanding, they require you to have the knowledge. So if you don't have it, you really need to get it, talk with other people, talk with other countries, learn as much as possible to provide the answers. However, thanks to that, you are really becoming a smart guy, smart person, and people after a few years at PwC are really valued on the market, right? So this is kind of a kind of a business university, sometimes we call ourselves. So even if you don't want to stay with PwC for like 5 or 10 years, I've been here 5 years and I'm doing fine. But if you don't, after some time, this is kind of investment that you do in yourself, right? So thanks for that. So yeah, let me just switch back, and I will go to the next question in a second. So to sum up this part, let me just give you a short annual cycle in employer branding following the universum. So what we do, so when you are working in employer branding, of course, you are starting to understand, your work starts from understanding the needs, the business needs, define target audiences. So you need to exactly know, who are you looking for, what is the target audience, or whether you are focusing on students and graduates, experienced hires, what kind of people, what they have in common. So we are not talking to everyone because that's not efficient. And like I'm talking right now, we need to understand those target groups, right? So you need to know where are your potential candidates, how you can reach them out, how they're changing. Then we are going into employee value proposition. So you need to build kind of a messaging that will be relevant for your target, compelling for your target audience, relevant for the firm, so you are not over promising, so you're offering what you can really promise, and of course to be as much unique as possible, because if all the companies are saying the same thing, it does usually not work, right? And then of course all the KPIs, objectives, creative part, so how to sell this message, and I will show you just in a second some examples of what I'm talking about. Then the whole communication mix, so we are doing the whole communication using social media, offline events, offline channels, and PR materials. So this is nice that, yeah, we are using the marketing tools and PR tools here, and of course the annual plan and the follow-up. So This is usually how the whole year long looks like. We are just doing some campaigns, doing some messaging, doing some events, like for example the one I'm having right now with you guys, to promote the brand, right? And here is kind of a core of what we do. Like if you would ask me, for example, how to start employer branding journey in the firm when you are joining, this is kind of a core that you need to define, right? So what are your attributes? What do you want to promote? And here you can see, so when I joined PwC, together with the whole team, we defined that those are the attributes. So we want candidates at some point of time to assess PwC with those selected attributes. You have it written here, what do we mean by that? And of course, we always try to connect it to our internal values, right? So this is it. And I mean, I will not be promoting PwC here, but out of it, you may find, I mean, what you should know about PwC and what you should, and at least if we are successful. So if I'm successful together with my team, those are the associations you should have after this meeting, any other touch point, any other communication that we have, right? And by the way, let me just make a pause here as well to invite you guys for another question before I finish. If you could rank those benefits, I'm just curious to say, what is right now the most compelling to you guys? I mean, more or less, I know the answer, I guess, but I'm always eager to check. And by the way, this is also the way how we do employer branding, because when you read something, usually you don't remember that. And this is, for example, one of the, I will reveal some kind of a backstage that thanks to those kind of activities, I hope you will remember something after this presentation. So yeah, let me just check and give you the chance to rank the benefits. Which of those are the most important? Continuous development. Usually this is the one that wins because people want to develop, right? And at PwC, the development never stops because we are such a complex organization. We are helping our clients all the time with the new things. So for example, if there is new regulation, there are new regulations on the market, we need to know what does it mean, and we need to translate it for our clients. We need to explain them everything. So whatever changes in the world, we are translating and making our clients understand it, right? We are helping them to answer all the challenges they may potentially have. So your development never stops, and thanks to that, you are obviously becoming an expert in the field you are picking up. So advisory, assurance, tax, or all other. And of course, we are trying to make sure that there is a friendly workplace around it, because we know that if the work is demanding, we need to make sure that at least it's nice. And this is honestly where we struggle the most. I need to be open with you, because usually when people think, oh, Big Four in the consulting industry, hard work, then probably there are some robots, experts, and when you are working with experts, usually it's not fine. And yeah, I mean, we believe that we have a very friendly workplace, so it's nice. Good. And just to finalize this intro, because I promised you to keep it around 20 minutes and give you the space for questions. Here you have some examples. So for example, right now, our benefits, and this is what, together with my team, we have created, taking into account our brand, because our brand is very well defined. So we have some do's and don'ts. We cannot do many things just to be always consistent. So using the illustrations, we were trying to underline, and translate this, become a team, like options, like for example, the teamwork. And you can see the visual promoting the fact that you can become a team player and upskill joining PwC, right? You have the possibility to grow your expertise. So we are doing those kind of visual campaigns. On top of that, there are some videos, movies, stories with our employees to prove it. So those are the topics you could potentially do when you are doing with employer branding. So you are doing some creatives, working with agencies to deliver those. recording movies, going for the events, promoting the company on the job fairs, on some meeting with students organizations, and then showing why it's worth to join PwC, preparing some templates that you can see in the bottom to promote the jobs that our recruiters are using later on. So different kind of visuals that you may notice on socials and things like that, right? So this is one of the examples. And then the second one, we have just recently launched the new C Business Experience Challenge. So this is kind of a competition for students in 11 countries of PwC that decided to take part. So through this game, that by the way, I invite you also to play, you can experience PwC, learn more about us, do some tasks, face the challenges, the basic challenges you could potentially face when joining PwC, and by the way, also of course compete with your peers, and then get to the second stage, the case study stage. The idea of the project is to show us in the nice way, so to engage you, but of course without just talking, because nobody would watch the YouTube video of me talking what PwC is all about. This is not what you are doing in your free time, but we believe that through those kind of competitions we may reach our goal. So tell you more about PwC and attract you to PwC, show you our values, show you what we are doing, and you have fun out of it. You can upskill, you can learn, and then compete and even win some money, because at the end of the day, there in this case study competition, there are also financial prizes. So this is potentially what we also do. This project was done with 11 countries, so our employer branding specialists from those countries were supporting us. They are also doing those kind of events also locally, the case study events, and through that we also show our expertise, right? So we show our experts. You can meet them, you can check what and how and what you can learn out of them, right? So I guess that's it for the start, and let me get back to you guys right now and stop sharing. I'm still sharing or not?
No, we can see you and you are not sharing anymore. So this is obviously time for a discussion, I would say.
Good. So guys, I'm open for your questions.